Why are there not more people talking about the Amazon's strangest secret? Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where sunlight barely pierces the thick canopy, and the air is heavy with the scent of earth and growing things, there exists a world that feels almost untouched by time. Here, every inch of the forest teems with life, plants, insects, birds and animals, all woven together in a vibrant tapestry of green. It's a place where the ordinary rules of nature seem to bend, and the extraordinary becomes the norm. In this mysterious and lush environment, there lives a creature with a face so unusual, so striking, that it could stop even the most seasoned explorer in their tracks. Imagine wandering through the undergrowth, your senses heightened by the sounds of distant birds and the rustle of leaves, when suddenly you come face to face with something that looks like it stepped straight out of a dream, or perhaps a nightmare. Picture a tiny creature, no bigger than a coin, perched delicately on a leaf. Its most striking feature? Two bright yellow horns that jut out from its body, almost like miniature traffic cones, impossible to miss against the deep greens and browns of the forest. These horns aren't just for show, they serve as a warning, a signal to would-be predators that this little animal is not to be trifled with. Now, add to this image 8 long, spindly legs, each one moving with a delicate precision as the creature navigates the tangled web of branches and leaves. Its legs are so thin and graceful that they almost seem to float above the forest floor, giving it an otherworldly, almost alien appearance. But the real showstopper is what sits atop its head, a pair of fake eyes, bold and exaggerated, staring out at the world. These aren't real eyes, but clever markings that mimic the gaze of a much larger animal. It's a brilliant trick of evolution, designed to confuse and deter predators who might think twice before attacking something that appears to be watching them. When you put all these features together, the yellow horns, the spindly legs, the fake eyes, the result is a creature that looks like it belongs in a science fiction movie rather than a real-life rainforest. Its appearance is so bizarre, so fantastical, that it's hard to believe it's not the product of someone's wild imagination. Yet, despite its strange looks, this animal is very much real. It's not a myth, not a legend, and certainly not a trick of the camera. If you were lucky, or perhaps unlucky, enough to spot one in the wild, you'd see it with your own eyes, blending into the rainforest but unmistakable once you know what to look for. Under the direct light, its true appearance is revealed in all its glory. There's no filter, no illusion. Just the raw, unfiltered creativity of nature on display. It's a reminder that the rainforest is full of surprises, and that sometimes the most unbelievable creatures are the ones that actually exist. This remarkable animal is called Metagrine bicolumnata, a species that perfectly embodies the Amazon's reputation for producing some of the world's most astonishing and unique wildlife. It's just one example of the countless wonders waiting to be discovered in the depths of the rainforest, a place where evolution has let its imagination run wild, and where every creature, no matter how strange, has a story to tell. When photos of this creature first appeared online, many people thought they were fake. The bright colors and strange features seemed too bizarre to be real. But nature is full of surprises. Scientists confirm that this little animal is 100% real. It's a great reminder that we still have so much to learn about the natural world. The Amazon rainforest, in particular, is full of hidden wonders. Metagrine bicolumnata has a name that's almost as long and strange as its appearance. Let's break it down. Scientists call this type of creature a harvestman. You might know harvestmen by a different name, daddy longlegs. Harvestmen are arachnids, just like spiders and scorpions. But they're not spiders. They belong to their own special group called opiliones. You might be thinking, but Jeff, it has 8 legs. It looks like a spider. And you're right, it does have 8 legs, just like all arachnids. But there are some key differences between harvestmen and spiders. For example, harvestmen have 1 main body part. Spiders have 2. Harvestmen also don't spin webs. They're mostly scavengers, eating whatever small insects and other goodies they can find on the forest floor. Now let's talk about that face. At first glance, it might look like something straight out of a monster movie. Huge, bulging eyes, a wide, menacing mouth, and those bright yellow horns sticking out like warning signs. But don't let appearances fool you. What seems scary at first is actually a clever disguise, and the creature behind the mask is far from dangerous. In fact, it's a harmless little animal just trying to survive in a world full of hungry predators. Those bright yellow horns you see? They're not horns at all. They're called pedipalps, and they're one of the most fascinating features of this creature. Pedipalps are special appendages that look a bit like tiny arms or feelers. Instead of being used for defense or attack, these pedipalps help the metagrine bicolumnata sense its environment. They're covered in tiny hairs that can pick up vibrations and chemical signals, almost like having a built-in radar system. The bright color might make them look dangerous, but really, they're just tools for exploring the world. Think of the pedipalps as a combination of hands and antennae. The metagrine bicolumnata uses them to feel its way around, especially in the dark, damp places where it lives. When it finds something interesting, like a tasty morsel of food, it uses its pedipalps to grab and hold onto it. This is how it eats, explores, and even interacts with other creatures. It's a perfect example of how evolution can turn ordinary body parts into extraordinary tools for survival. And those eyes on top of its head? They're not real eyes at all. They're actually just markings, cleverly painted spots that look exactly like big, staring eyes. The real eyes of metagrine bicolumnata are much smaller and less noticeable, hidden away on its tiny head. These fake eyes are a classic example of mimicry, a trick that many animals use to fool predators into thinking they're bigger or more dangerous than they really are. Scientists believe metagrine bicolumnata evolved this scary face pattern as a defense mechanism. When a predator gets too close, the creature flashes its fake eyes and bold markings, making it look like a much larger, more threatening animal. This sudden display can be enough to startle or confuse a would-be attacker, giving the harvestman a precious moment to escape. It's a brilliant strategy that relies on deception rather than aggression. Imagine a hungry bird swooping down, ready for a snack. Birds are some of the most common predators in the rainforest, and they have sharp eyes that can spot even the tiniest movement on the forest floor. To survive, small creatures like metagrine bicolumnata need to be constantly on alert, always ready to defend themselves or make a quick getaway. Suddenly, the bird sees those big fake eyes staring back. For a split second, it hesitates. Is this a harmless snack or something that could fight back? The illusion is so convincing that even experienced predators can be fooled. The fake eyes and bold patterns create the impression of a much larger animal, maybe even a snake or another bird of prey. The bird might get spooked and fly away, giving our little harvestman a chance to escape. In the wild, survival often comes down to split-second decisions and clever tricks. For metagrine bicolumnata, looking scary is the best way to stay safe. So next time you see a creature with a frightening face, remember, it might just be putting on a show to protect itself. Metagrine bicolumnata was only recently discovered in 2017 by a scientist named Andreas Kai. He found it in the rainforest of Ecuador, a country in South America that's part of the Amazon basin. Because this creature lives in such a remote and dense part of the rainforest, we still don't know very much about it. Scientists are still trying to learn more about its behavior, what it eats, and how it reproduces. Every time we think we've seen it all, nature throws us a curveball. Metagrine bicolumnata is a perfect example of how much more there is to discover in the world, especially in places like the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon is like a giant green treasure chest filled with unique and amazing creatures. Many of them are still unknown to science. Who knows what other strange and wonderful creatures are hiding in the depths of the rainforest, just waiting to be discovered. The Amazon rainforest is a vital part of our planet, often called the lungs of the Earth because of its immense ability to produce oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide. Stretching across 9 countries in South America, it covers more than 5.5 million square kilometers, making it the largest tropical rainforest in the world. Its vast green canopy is so dense that in some places only a tiny fraction of sunlight reaches the forest floor. This incredible ecosystem is not just a collection of trees, it's a living, breathing network that supports life on a scale almost unimaginable. It's home to 10% of the world's known species, making it the most biodiverse place on Earth. From the vibrant macaws that soar above the treetops, to the mysterious river dolphins gliding through winding waterways, the Amazon is bursting with life at every level. There are more than 400 billion individual trees, representing over 16,000 different species. The forest is alive with the calls of howler monkeys, the rustle of sloths moving slowly through the branches, and the splash of caimans slipping into the water. Every corner of the Amazon reveals a new wonder, a new story waiting to be discovered. And every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest jaguar, plays an important role in keeping this ecosystem in balance. Leafcutter ants, for example, are tiny but mighty, shaping the forest by carrying leaves back to their underground nests, which helps recycle nutrients. Jaguars, as top predators, help control populations of other animals, ensuring that no single species overwhelms the forest. Even the tiniest beetle, or the most delicate butterfly, has a part to play in the intricate web of life that keeps the Amazon thriving. The relationships between these creatures are complex and fascinating, with each one depending on the others for survival. Metagrin bicolumnata, with its funny face and clever survival tricks, is a reminder of the incredible diversity of life on Earth. This tiny arachnid, sometimes called the cartoon spider, uses its unusual appearance to confuse predators and stay safe. But it's just one of thousands of unique species found only in the Amazon. From brilliantly coloured poison dart frogs to camouflage insects that look like leaves, the rainforest is full of creatures that have adapted in amazing ways to survive. Each one is a testament to the power of evolution and the endless creativity of nature. It also shows us the importance of protecting wild places like the Amazon. The rainforest is not only a treasure trove of biodiversity, but it also provides vital resources for millions of people, including many indigenous communities who have lived in harmony with the forest for generations. Their knowledge and stewardship are crucial in preserving this delicate ecosystem. Yet the Amazon faces many threats, from deforestation and illegal mining to climate change. Protecting it is not just about saving trees or animals, it's about safeguarding the future of our planet and the people who depend on it. We need to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep protecting our planet and all its amazing inhabitants. By supporting conservation efforts, learning from indigenous wisdom, and making choices that help rather than harm the environment, we can all play a part in ensuring the Amazon's wonders endure for generations to come. The story of the Amazon is still being written, and each of us has a role to play in its future.